Hi, I am Samantha Marie Olatan, your reporter for social relationship. So first, let's just identify the objectives we need to learn. First is distinguish the various roles of different individuals in society and how they can influence people through their leadership or followership. The second objective is to compare your self-perception and how others see you. And the last object is conduct a mini survey on Filipino relationship. So let's start. What do we mean by social relationship? Social relationships are less intimate and includes less self-disclosure, as in fraternities or religious groups, and to a lesser extent, loosely connected social clubs like practitioners of some specialized profession involved, yet may still be exclusive and may demand specific levels of allegiance. Middle and late adolescents are the ones who usually find themselves around their peers, usually from school or the neighborhood. Adolescents socially mature faster during their high school to college years. This is where they learn new lessons. Maybe you're wondering still, what is a social relationship? Think of it like this. It's all the connection you have outside your immediate family. Your friends, classmates, people you meet at events, and even the barista who always remember your order. They all play a part. So, gaya po ng sabi dito sa aking explanation is yung social relationship po na matuturing natin is yung mga labas po sa immediate family natin, which is our parents, etc. Like yung hindi po natin blood related, like our friends, yung mga kakilala natin, pwede din po yung mga practitioners na nakakasalamuhan natin. So next is how culture shapes many aspects of adolescents' development. The relationship surroundings and adolescents all play a vital role in their development. And now we have our four main types of relationships that can influence our self or the adolescents. First, we have our parents. Two is a community. Three is peers. Then four is society. So, ayun nga po. Ang main player po sa ating buhay is, una po is yung parents or family natin. They are the first teachers and role models. So, gaya po ng sabi dito is, ang magulang naman po talaga natin or family po naman talaga natin ang nagturo sa atin like ng mabuting asal, kung paano po tayo makipagsalamuha sa ating kapwa, at paano po tayo gumalang, kipag-usap, at lahat po ng actions na ginawa po natin. The number 2 main player naman po sa buhay natin is our community. This includes people in your neighborhood, school, and places you visit. So sa community naman po is nakakapag-influence po yung mga tao sa atin. Like yung, kuwari po, mga kapitbahay natin, mga nakakasalamuhan natin sa school, kahit po sa mga places na napupuntahan natin is sila po yung nakakapag-influence po sa atin sa iba't ibang bagay. Our number 3 main player in our lives is our peers. This could be your best friend, friends, and classmates. So, paano nga po ba nakakapag-influence or nakaka-affect ang peers sa buhay po natin during middle and late adolescent years? Our peers are a huge part of our middle and late adolescent years, influencing everything from our style to our beliefs. They are like the extra Lego pieces in building our identity. For example, if my shy friends encourage me to join school plays, I might become more confident. Their influence, positive or negative, shapes who we become. So, sinasabi lang po dito is yung peers po natin is usually sila po yung nakakapag-influence po sa atin na gawin yung mga bagay-bagay. It doesn't matter if positive or negative po. Pero, I do believe po na kung alam naman po nating mali is hindi po naman natin kailangan gawin yon. Like, tayo po din po yung mag-choose ng mga dapat natin gawin or alam naman po nating tamang gawin if may ginagawa po silang kalokohan. So, importante din po na pumili po tayo ng mga mabuting mga kaibigan, like makakapag-influence tayo na mag-aral, like for self-growth, and paano pa tayo mag-excel sa mga kailangan natin gawin. Like sa school po, pwede din po nila tayong ma-help na palabasan yung mga talents po natin. Like, i-encourage po tayo sumali sa mga program na makakabuti po or mas makakapagpalawak po ng knowledge natin sa mga bagay-bagay. And the last but not the least, main player in our life is our society. This refers to the broader rules and expectation of your culture. Like, yung wider world, the trends, the expectation, and the overall vibe of where you live. So, paano nga po pa siya nakakapag-influence sa atin o nakaka-affect po sa buhay natin during our middle to late adolescent years? So, our community is like the backdrop to our teenage years. It provides a setting and opportunities that shapes our experiences. For example, a local community center with free program might offer coding classes or volunteer opportunities, leading to new skill and friendships. Without those resources and chances to connect, our path might be very different. Basically, a strong community gives us a better shot at a positive and fulfilling adolescence by providing support, opportunities, and a sense of belonging. Dito nga po sa community, sila naman po yung nagpo-provide or gumagawa ng mga events, projects na pwede natin salihan as a teenager para po ma-discover pa natin yung mga hidden talents or mga skills, ma-improve po yung mga skills natin sa mga iba't ibang bagay na makaka-help din po sa atin sa adulthood. So, yung mga bagay po na natutunan po natin is pwede natin magamit like, kunwari po, or for example, is may program po na tuturuan kayo kung paano mag-bake, paano magtanim, or gumawa po ng isang product. Yung mga ganong bagay po is makaka-help po sa atin or sa future natin na kung gusto po natin or interested po tayo sa pag-bake, pwede po natin siyang gawing negosyo. So, in that way po, makaka-help po sa atin yun kung sa success or magiging successful po, rather, yung business natin is makaka-help po yun in the future sa atin. Or create din po tayo ng friendship during those times. Kasi po, may chance po tayo makipaghalubilo sa mga parehong teenager po natin na ma-find or makakapag kayo ng similarities nyo. And those connection po, makaka-help din po sila para mag-build or pwede din po sila makipag-contribute sa number 3 natin, which is peers. Makakapag-contribute po sila sa buhay natin at pwede po tayong mag-grow with them. So before we move on, let's recall our 4 main types of relationship that influence our adolescent years. Number 1 po is the parents. Number 2 is the community. 3 is peers. And 4, the society. Now, how culture shapes many aspects of adolescent's development. The lifestyle of an adolescent in a given culture is basically shaped by the roles and responsibility he or she is expected to assume. Adolescents also begin to develop unique beliefs systems through their interaction with social, familial, and cultural environments. Sinasabi naman po dito, ang kultura natin ay parang isang malaking impluwensya sa paglaki natin bilang adolescents o teenager. Parang nag-a-observe po tayo ng kung ano ang mga nakikita natin at naririnig sa paligid. For example po, kung ang family mo ay mahilig sa music, malamang ay mahihiligan mo rin ang musika. O kung ang mga kaibigan mo ay mahilig maglaro ng basketball, malamang na matututo ka rin maglaro. Pati ang mga tradisyon at kaugalian ng lugar natin at ng bansa natin ay nakaka-apekto rin sa pagiging teenager natin. Tulad ng pagiging mas independent o pagiging mas magalang sa mga nakakatanda. Kaya masasabi natin na ang kultura natin ay isang malaking bahagi ng kung sino tayo bilang mga teenager. So, before we end, this is our bottom line. Your relationships and your culture are constantly shaping who you are. Understanding them is key to unlocking your awesome potential. This is our presentation. Again, we are Group 7. I hope you learn many things. Thank you so much.